what's your view on the Australian flag? How do you feel about it?
It's the Australian flag. like, like I find it. Sorry, you go.
I'm fine with it as long as there is acknowledgement for the First Nation flag as well, which I think this country does really well. I think, but
Why?
I don't think there's any reason to get rid of it.
Why the First Nations flag though?
Well,
It's not. It's just a made up flag from the 70s. It's not like a. It's a flag that was just.
extrapolate on that.
It's a flag that got made up in the 70s through a competition to represent the. It's not like a. Like I've got no problem with the Aboriginal flag, but I just. It's. I think we should be under one flag. I don't. I don't see the need for
Right.
the. I've got no problem with it. I'm not going to go, oh, the Aboriginal flag, but I'm just like, we as
Yeah.
people, like, we're not going to go out. The way I would put it is like, when we're going, when the Socceroos out there play, it's like, you're going to bring out the Australia flag and the Indigenous flag. That makes no sense. It's not, it doesn't represent our country, it
Mm,
represents the Indigenous people. I think the Indigenous people
I
should have
like it. I like I like the both. I do.
Why?
I feel good about that. I don't know. I just like it. I just feel like it's an acknowledgement.
Makes you feel good. Makes you feel virtuous.
Maybe.
Oh,
But what I
it's your
don't
it's your public
understand,
display of virtue. I get it. Yeah, yeah.
what then why isn't there a third flag that's yellow and green? That's my confusion.
Do you know where that comes
I
from?
don't
Again, let me just say so it's clear. I have absolutely no problem with the Indigenous flag. I actually like the Indigenous flag, but it's got its time.
so much better than the
It's got
it's better.
it's got its time and its place. But I don't think it's like a. I don't get why it's up in like Parliament. Like what have we got that?
Really?
It's Australia. We're Australia. We're not in. We're not. I don't know Arnhem Land. We're Australia.
Yep. Yep.
And it's fine if people. It's like I've got no problem. Like if you like it, like good on you. That's fine. But for
Yep.
me, I just have a preference to be like under one flag. That would bring a
Yep.
sense of unity a lot better. It doesn't have to be the current Australian flag either. Let's just have a flag.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I like what you're saying there.
Yeah.
You're not actually wedded to any particular flag, but you're saying
No.
we should have one flag.
No. In fact, I'm an anti-monarchist as well. So it's kind of weird being.
Well, that's why we need
I'm a
a
complex
yellow
individual.
and
I think it's
green,
very nuanced. All of these discussions, right? Like that's the thing. Is
all of it.
like how do we? I think doing something like that, creating a flag which represents all of us as Australians, is an important part. I just don't think the current one does that. But it's our flag currently, and that's where I would say the example of I find it funny how people even suggest it's racist. I'm like, that is the weirdest thing ever. Um, like the flag, like a great example right now is like the Socceroos were playing, and it's like, yeah, Australia, fly that flag. Australia Day comes along, and you're flying your Australia flag, and it becomes a flag of racism. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's not how my brain works. So, if someone can explain
I
it to
blame the internet.
you, blame the internet.
I do.
Mm,
Because the reason everyone's so confused,
yeah.
and I will hypocritically say, because we have a podcast itself, but it's just too much discussion about everything. That's what
Ironically,
it is
we're talking about it on the internet to our
on a
legions of
podcast.
fans. Uh,
Isn't it ironic?
yeah, I
But
think it's just
that's
like
what it
that we
is.
live in a world.
That's like everyone. It's like, why is everything so complicated? It never used to be like this. Yeah, because we didn't have the fucking internet.
Yeah, the internet's pretty.
Too many people, too many voices, and so everyone would have had those voices. They would have
Mm,
been existing. Those discussions would have been apparent, but that would have been happening in the home. So it was a simpler time because it's just like you have your discussion, you say what you want, it's finished. But now everything's uploaded for the world to see, and so more people have access to your opinion, and then you're gonna have it's gonna people are sitting here going, why is the world so divisive? It's the internet. It's this friggin' podcast.
it's
life.
it's the back of your knees.
I'm not saying I'm changing it. I'm still here for it.
Mm. Oh, look, I think
But it's just like massive, like these opinions, this division always existed. You can't tell me it didn't. Of course it did.
yeah. It's just out now and louder. Like, but and that's the
There's
thing that
more
people.
access
That's
to
what
it.
people need to realize is that most of these opinions are only held by a fraction of people, and at the end of the day, it is just an opinion. Like before, when I was talking about the flags, I'm not saying that to offend anyone, and in fact, I don't care what you think as well and your opinion on there.
Mm,
What the most people
mm.
think is probably the more important question. Is
Yeah.
and that's how a democracy should run. Is like what the most people want. That's just the reality. And even if it's something that you believe is true, but then most other people don't, that's democracy. Unfortunately, you vote for something,
Yeah.
you do it. Gay marriage, great example. Most people decided it's time. We should let our gay friends get married. I do think they should have done one thing differently, though. I do believe they shouldn't have allowed them to get divorced like we couldn't get divorced for a long time as well, just so they could feel the pain of marriage. Um,
What? What?
I
They don't have to wait for divorce.
no, I believe that the gays could not get divorced initially if they wanted to get married because we had to wait a while before we could get divorced. That part was a joke, so
Oh. Whoop.
yeah. Great punchline, Jay. Yeah. We should allow gay marriage, but no divorce for at least 10 years. If you want it, you got to stick to it. So that's an example of one that happened. There was lots of people who didn't want to have it. Too bad for you, man. That's democracy. You got voted in. And even like that voice to parliament that we had recently, majority of people didn't want it. Didn't happen. And that's how it is. And that's how democracy. You can't like democracy you can't like democracy just when you win. Is the way I think about it. And unfortunately, that's what.
When it suits you.
Yeah. Right. You might not like it, but you got to move on. Otherwise, that's not democracy. You can continue fighting that battle to change that. No one's going to argue with that. That's what democracy is. But to then deride people who have that opposite opinion to you is selfish. Because everyone has their right to their own opinions and feelings, and any lambasting of individuals for their own individual opinions or making them feel bad, I think is wrong.
I wholeheartedly agree, and it is my hope that in the future people just learn how to debate better and have, when I say arguments, I don't mean like heated arguments.
Yeah.
Like it is my hope that we move towards being better skilled at talking through each other's difference of opinion.
And
like if you say to me the sky is purple and I'm like, no, it's actually red, I would actually go, oh, Jason, talk me through how you came to that idea. Don't have to agree with it. I think that's great, and that's what I really try and teach my kids. It's like, you don't have to agree with anything that I'm saying.
Yeah, and what about the notion
I
of
want you to learn the skill of listening to someone else's, how they've formulated that idea, why they've come to that standpoint, the psychology behind it. Again, you don't have to agree with anything, but be curious, be open, listen, learn how to listen.
Yeah, and
apparently society's incapable of that.
And realizing that there's nuance, there's grey areas, there is common ground. Like why don't you look for common ground rather than trying to find what you disagree on? Because I truly believe that most people in general probably agree on 90% of the same shit, right? Like, but there's just
I feel like they do.
But it's like those 10% of things that are so polarizing. Oh my god, that would just be like.
But even then, like you're saying common ground. Like, say for example, I'm a Christian and there's, I don't know, someone who is a Buddhist, right? I don't feel like we need to achieve common ground, but that doesn't mean I have to dislike that person. That's ridiculous.
But you already do have common ground.
What do you mean?
Your common ground is that you have a deep-rooted faith in something. The faith might be different, but...
I thought you meant like you have to kind of come to an agreement in the middle of
that's not what I mean.
bit of mine, bit of
No.
that. Okay.
I just mean a common ground. Like, that's a great example of it. Like, right, you might have different religious beliefs, but the common ground is that you believe that people should have their right to have their own individual beliefs. Right? The belief is different. That's common ground.